Should be live.
Yeah, I don't see it yet. Want to make sure that we explain to people what we're doing,
All right.
so that way
All
they
right.
kind of understand the format. Is it live on your end? Cool.
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, cool. I don't see it yet, so looks like YouTube isn't quite updated yet.
When you shoot 4K like I do, it's probably 20 seconds delayed.
Got
Should
it.
be live. Should be live.
Still waiting for it to pop up.
What you can do to test is you can just tell people to give a keyword in chat. So, for instance, today will be XLR cable. That's XLR cable. I'll know you guys can hear us live if I see XLR cable in the chat. Now, in about
Sweet.
10 or 20 seconds, we should see that, and everything should be fine.
All right. Looks like it just popped up for me. There we go. Cool. All right, brother. Well, I sure appreciate you coming on, man. So
Pleasure.
for people that don't understand what we got going on here, I've got a show on TradingView. Let me pop this up so people can see it. Where's it at? Right here. So for people that are familiar with TradingView, it's obviously what people use for trading cryptos and all kinds of cool stuff, right? And so if you go to the shows tab right here, you'll see that we have a TV show right there. So this is one of the things that we do where we bring on some of the top traders to kind of explain why they do what they do and kind of share their knowledge a little bit. So it's awesome to have you on. Let me stop sharing really quick. And so for people that kind of don't understand the format, what I typically do is I kind of break each session into like 3 different segments, to where first we talk about, what kind of your general thoughts on crypto are. And then I talk about what you do basically 95% of the speaking. And then we do a second segment where we actually show one of your trading strategies that people can kind of benefit from. And then on the third one, we've got the third segment would be kind of like your predictions for the market. And so a lot of people, a lot of traders, they really find a lot of value in this. So that way they're able to kind of see, why you do what you do and kind of your thoughts behind why you do it, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. And then obviously, since we've never done this live before, normally this is always, pre-edited, and we throw it up on TradingView, usually on Fridays. We have your audience here. So that's awesome. And
It's
so
better
because
you have all those guys that don't follow me over there. They're going to use your awesome edited stuff. And for the raw, quicker stuff, we're going to have the guys that, probably don't follow you over there, but do follow me here. So it's awesome. We get both audiences. Yeah,
so it's really cool to have the audience here, because what we can actually do too is after we finish the segment, we can actually maybe throw in some audience questions, right?
Yep.
So that's kind of a whole new element to this that we've never actually brought to TradingView sessions before. So it might actually work out pretty well. But, beforehand, man, it's, the last time I was with you, man, it was great to hear you mentioned that movie, The Game. So I actually watched it. You were right, man. That is a cool freaking movie, dude. So
it's my second favorite. I like Aliens and The Game. Those are like my 2 favorites.
Yeah, it's great, man. And I see that you grew out the goatee now, so it's a little bit.
I got a girl that I like, and she likes it longer. I would normally go a little shorter with it, but she wants me to grow it out a little bit, so here I am.
The things that we do for our women, right? So that's how
it feels better. Right? She says it's softer. So okay, that's how you want it.
You're getting a few little grays in there like me, so it's a little more distinguished.
Getting old, man. Getting old. Feeling good though, man. I'm strong.
Yeah, you look.
I'm not skinny, but I'm strong. So at least I'm strong.
Strong and healthy, man. It's great.
Especially. I'm doing every morning. I do 220 pounds, 3 reps, and probably get 4 reps tomorrow. Do my chin ups, do my deadlifts, and the numbers keep going up. So if I'm never sore and it takes like 2 minutes to do the whole workout, and I keep getting mad gains, I'm happy with that. I'm getting the same gains doing this once a day, every day, that I did when I did strong list 5x5 and repetitive 3x12. So I'm less sore. It takes less time. I sweat less. I get the same gains. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. No, that's pretty awesome, especially the chin-up part, man. Those things are no joke. People don't understand. Until they try doing it, they're like, oh, chin-ups. Oh, yeah, I do.
If you get heavy, when you get heavy, they get hard.
I love it, man. You also got the HEX earring and necklace, man. Maybe I should do that with
bracelet.
I'll get that.
Mug.
Man.
Hold on. Let me get my shill mug here.
I love it.
Delicious. Well, I've got a store built out with HEX everything. And when I mean everything, I mean bikinis, bean bags, backpacks, fanny packs, built out, flip-flops, everything. And I'm just waiting for the samples to come in to make sure it's all awesome. This turned out really good. There's no pixelation at all. I mean, it's just super tight, super tight. Good weight. I'm happy with it. I wish the shirt came in. I'd be wearing it, but it didn't come in yet.
Cool. All right, let me change my background because TradingView does not like me to have. Let's see here. Change this real quick. Where's it at? I should be able to change my background. Audio. Where you at? Choose the virtual background. All right, let's do that. Cool. So when I do TradingView, I have to kind of leave a black screen behind me so that way I'm not promoting
Showing.
Crypto Beadles all over the place. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me know when you're ready, and we will jump into this.
I'm ready.
Cool. What is going on, peeps? So today we got Richard Hart with us. So appreciate you, buddy, coming on. We get to pick your brain, hear about all things crypto. We're going to break this out into like 3 segments for people, so that way they can kind of understand why you do what you do, kind of some of the methods that you actually do it with, and then also your predictions. So it's awesome, man. So thanks again, buddy. Appreciate you coming on.
Pleasure to be here. Always fun to talk to you.
Likewise, man. So I guess, for people that don't, fully understand crypto or blockchain yet, I don't want to get too into the weeds or too into the basics, so to speak. But for people that are kind of already, trading and kind of already have a, good understanding of how crypto works, maybe just kind of talk about the general environment that we're in right now. You saw the Fed just cut the basis points by like 25, right? So 25 basis points. What do you think that's going to do to crypto? What do you think that's going to do for the market? What do you think it's going to do for traders? All that kind of stuff.
I think now I'm not a bonds trader. I'm not a treasuries trader. I only lightly have cared about the interest rate because it just hasn't mattered to crypto very much because we haven't had a rate cut in 10 years. So, and crypto's only 10 years old. So it just hasn't been my focus. I can tell you that lower interest rates in general means cheaper money, in general means lower rates of return for money that is saved, in general means hunting yield in securities. So when you cut interest rates, it puts more money on the market and reduces the desire for people to want to lend their money out and say they still need to get yield to stay ahead of inflation, so that more goes into securities. So anytime you print more money by lowering inflation rates, you're going to end up with higher security prices. Now, what's counterintuitive, like trading so often is that the market's dumped on the rate cut, perhaps because they expected a larger rate cut. So it was already front run. But I believe it already has recovered most of that drop. And when you print more money, securities are going to go up in value. If people could get a 12% return on their savings account like they could in the 1970s, equities would be harmed, because why would you get 10% equities with risk when you could put it in a savings account at 12% with no risk? So this expansionary quantitative easing helicopter money will drive the price of all things, not fiat currency, up. So anything that you can't just print will go up in value when you're denominating that value in dollars. Gold will go up, stocks will go up, Bitcoin will go up, everything will go up. Now, Bitcoin has the advantage of just having done an 85% drop in price and having been down a year. So now Bitcoin gets to come. We went 5x in price. We went from 3x to 14K. We went from 3K to 14K. It's about a 4.5x in 5 months with only a 25% dip. That's abnormal price behavior. Usually we have more dips. So the market is more bullish now, and we did that on no news. We did that so we pumped to 20K waiting for the CME launch, and then we dumped the day of the launch. What are we pumping for now? We're not pumping for any specific launch. So when it launches, we can't dump on it. So it's more bullish, not less. So we went up higher, faster, stronger than we did in 2017, which was amazing. And now people are calling for like 3K and 6K. Why would you go for a double bottom instead of this, like, Why would you think you're going to get a double bottom instead of a replay of what you got in 2017? We went from $200 to $20,000, a 100x increase with no 50% dips. But people think they're going to get a 50% dip from 14K to 7K now. I think they're retarded. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Gotcha. And we did this on no good news. On-chain transaction volume, down. Google search volume, down. Technical progress, 2 years, nothing. We pumped on just straight up limited supply bullishness. And that's awesome because it doesn't require us to do any extra work. So I told everyone, target was 8,500. Ton of confluence there. 50% retracement of the parabolic advance from 4K to 14K. The breakout, the 100 MA is right there. On the what else? The gap on the CME futures would fill at 8,500. But remember, spot price and futures price aren't the same. Could trade at a premium, could trade at a discount. So around, call it 83 to 87 would be your spot price, depending on its relationship to the futures. I mean, and then you also have never done in a bull run more than about a 42% drop, if it's like 2017, which kind of looks like right now. Definitely looks like right now, even more bullish. So all those things said 8,500 would be a gift entry, beautiful entry. We got down to 90.50. We got down to 9100. We couldn't get down any deeper. And for me, the timer ran out. You only, in a bull run, you only get so long to buy the dip. You don't get 2 months to buy it. So for me, once we broke, we died at 14K, retraced, hit 13.2, died. Went down to 9, retraced, hit 12 or 11, died. Went up and retested 10, bullish, held over 10. Not a wick, just consolidated. And if I could show you, I will show you actually the trend line that got broke. And when I saw that trend line break, I'm just like, yeah, if the bears were in control here, they would have been able to defend this 10K price point. Nice round number. They couldn't. We're going up. We did our 36% dip, long 10K. I told everyone about it, and I think price is like 10.7 now. So if you were 2x long with a liquidation price of around 5 or 6K, then you're already up 12% in a day. So
gotta love that.
I like my calls. If you want my calls, they're free currently. Once HEX is launched, I'm probably not going to let them be free anymore, just because I'll have time to go and like make the pay thing. We'll see. Maybe I'll be smart enough to let everyone get rich on HEX instead of trading. We'll see. If you want to trade, can I drop my show link in here? Is that okay?
Sure, man. We'll definitely.
You can cut it out. If you don't like it anyway, you're going to cut it out. So it's just my audience.
Yeah,
hey guys, if you want a 2x long 10K with a 5K something liquidation price, or 1x long it, just watch depends on how you're measuring your X, right? Just look at your liquidation price, make sure it's under 6K, go long. I think this is the bottom. I don't think we're going to visit 8,500 again. We weren't able to get there. You can see, well, I'll show you on the chart later. So if you want to long it, go to the new richardhart.win. I'm getting everyone off of MEX. There's a better place that has a better pricing mechanism. They cut off the high and low price and leave the honest middle prices, so you don't get these stupid scam wicks that, you'll get wicked out, you'll hit your stop loss, you'll lose money, and then the market will go exactly where you thought it would, right? So what else? They're not being investigated by the CFTC, and the liquidation engine is more fair, and they have real options, not the fake. So MEX actually trades against you. They have an in-house market maker that trades against you, and they offer options at terrible rates with the ups and downs product. You can use real options set by market prices, not an insider trading against you on the new richardhart.win.
Cool. We'll make sure to get the link out there for people. So it sounds with the
did I mention the Richards calls? T.me/Richards calls. That's where my free calls are now. And we got a trading channel, Strape charts, and we got a normal channel, Strape.
Awesome, man. So with the Fed cut, it looks like it's great for spenders and bad for fiat savers, right? So
that depends on where you live. So if you have currency and value stored in things that are not dollars, then the printing of dollars allows you to buy goods denominated in dollars more cheaply until the prices are readjusted. So if you're an exporter, if you're an exporter in America, a weak dollar is good for you. You'll sell more stuff. If you're an importer in America, a weak dollar is horrible for you because everything that you import from other countries costs you more.
Exactly.
So printing free money hurts people that have money and have saved it in actual dollars that are not earning interest higher than the inflation rate. It's funny to see Trump want to have a weaker dollar for stronger exports while simultaneously shit-talking Bitcoin, because a stronger Bitcoin could mean a weaker dollar. And if you want a weaker dollar, stop shit-talking crypto, right?
Yeah, I think it's it's probably something to do with his cabinet, his advisors, realizing that crypto could actually replace the dollar. I mean, it could really hurt it, right? I mean, if people started using I guess cryptos of any sort over the dollar, it doesn't look good for the U.S. And so I would imagine he's kind of in panic mode, trying to keep people from doing that and kind of keep the kick the can down the road as long as he can, with the dollar dependence that people have and I guess
Well, he didn't
world
put his
currency.
assets in a blind trust, to the best of my knowledge, and so he still has familial exposure to equities markets, and so I think Trump prefers a higher equities price because he has huge bags of equity. If he had huge bags of corn, I bet you'd see awesome corn legislation, right? Like,
Nobody's going to disagree with that, man.
yeah.
So, what's kind of your sentiment about crypto in general, right? So, are you a trader? Do you buy?
Yeah.
Do you sell? Do you
Yep.
hold? What is it that you're doing,
I do
in
all
the
that.
crypto space? All right. So, what do you do mostly?
Both. I mean, so if you trade on an exchange where your collateral is Bitcoin, you're holding your collateral in Bitcoin and then you're margin trading on top of that. So you can't do one without the other. You can't margin trade on richardhart.win without having Bitcoin as collateral, right? So you have to do both. I mean, I've been holding Bitcoin since 2011. I bought in at 30. I've mined full blocks, 50 BTC rewards, solo without a pull. That's how early I was. Um, yeah, I've been holding for a very long time, and now that when I knew the bottom was in at 4K, I figured I'd be responsible and buy the dip because I have a lot of exposure to crypto through the HEX.win project, and I would have been happy to have longed had I not had that exposure. Didn't Dip didn't come till 14K. That sucked, right? But now the dip came, and we tried to get lower than 9100, couldn't. And now our vertical is now changing trajectory. Our dips aren't parabola waterfalling, they're getting shallower. And this looks to me like the grind bottom that we had at 3K. We didn't get a wick of capitulation because there was so much bid support. We just got grind bottom and up. It was called a bump and run bottom, if you want to look up the technical name for what we did at 3.1K. And I think we did that again here at 9100. So long and strong, keep your liquidation under 6K, do your own research. I'm not a registered financial advisor. If you get wrecked, it's all 100% your fault. If you do great, I don't know, let's call it my fault, but it's probably also your fault.
That's one of the things about people, man. They have to understand that when they make a decision, it's their decision. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what somebody else says. They have to do their own research and all that
If you
kind of
get
stuff.
wrecked in a bull market, you're a dumbass. You just took on too much leverage. Okay. Keep your liquidation price under 6K. And if it's a bull market, you're going to do great, right? If you went 1x long, you doubled your gains. If you went 2x long, you tripled your gains. But I think if you want to have a liquidation price under 6K, then you kind of need to be just about 1x long, I believe. Use the little calculator button. You can calculate your liquidation price, or it'll just display it to you. What else? Only position size matters. Your actual like leverage slider, that thing doesn't matter at all. Only your position size matters. Sliding your leverage slider just makes that you're taking less risk, and it just moves your liquidation price. So you're not going to make
Sure.
more money. You're not going to make less money. You'll just get liquidated earlier. And you should also never get liquidated ever. If you get liquidated, you're an idiot. Use a stop. You'll maintain your maintenance margin. You'll keep a percent of your money. Instead of right now, the Mex Insurance Fund has 30,000 Bitcoin in it. Guess who owns that Bitcoin? They do. You guys gave them 30,000 Bitcoin because you don't know how to use stops, because you're fucking idiots. So many of you fuckers are so stupid that you don't know how to use stops that you pay them for the privilege of executing the stop for you. And now they have 30,000 Bitcoin. You know how much Bitcoin 30,000 Bitcoin is? A lot. A lot.
Yeah.
And it's only getting bigger. And every time some big, stupid, shitty wick happens, it just goes up. So use stops. Stop getting liquidated. You guys are idiots.
You hear that, kids? That'll be great for trading view, right? So I guess as we know, you're bullish in the market, right? So
Yeah.
you think that better days are ahead of us, which is
Yep.
awesome, man. What's kind of your thoughts on Libra? What do you think it's going to do for the crypto space? What do you think it's going to do?
I think
just for the sentiment in general.
I think that Libra is considered to be bearish by unwise people and bullish by wise people. So first, it's only 50% likely to ever happen. A lot of big tech projects just never happen. They keep saying they want everyone to sign off and everyone to be happy. Looking at those hearings, I don't think everyone's going to sign off, and I don't think everyone's going to be happy. So they're going to have to back that up and launch with people unhappy in legislature, or they're just not going to launch, right? Second part, if it's a competitor for Bitcoin, that would hurt Bitcoin. But in reality, it's not a competitor because people don't buy Bitcoin to transact. Transactions are maybe 5% of the value. The only people that buy Bitcoin to transact are on the dark net, and it's about 5% of the transactions. 95% of transactions are speculation. You can get rich with Bitcoin. Can you get rich with Libra? No. Why? Because you can't make mad gains. So they seem like they're competitors, but they're actually not. So if we can get a lot of people onboarded into Libra, and it's easier for them to trade their Libra coins for Bitcoin, then it will onboard millions of new users, greatly needed new users. Bitcoin only has 5 million wallets with over $100 in it. Maybe less, maybe 4 million or 2 million. I haven't quoted the number in a while, but it's pitiful. It's pitiful. It's garbage. Clash of Clans has 100 million users a day, and they spend more money than you've got in Bitcoin. So like a stupid casual video game that's horrible game makes, has more users than Bitcoin has ever had in the history of existence. They have that every single day. So, we need the users. We don't really need them. The price will still do all-time highs anyway, but new users will be nice because then we can get even higher price.
I mean, between Facebook's platforms, they got like 3 billion people on them, right? So that's a lot of eyes on crypto. That is a ton of eyes on crypto. Doesn't matter what it is, Bitcoin, Ethereum, doesn't matter. So definitely need them coming into the space. So let's wrap up this segment here, and then we'll bring you back on for, kind of showing us what you chart, how you chart, some of your strategies, all that kind of cool stuff. And
sure.
Appreciate you, buddy. Catch you on the next one.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. So for people that are in the chat, let's just jump over here real quick, see if they have any quick questions before we move on to the next segment. And again, sorry, people, this seems a little bit strange, right? That we're doing a pre-recorded show on a live stream. So forgive the wonkiness, peeps. But if you guys have any questions right now, hit us up. And then if not, we'll move on to the second segment. What do we got? See anything there? Any specific questions?
For questions?
In the chat.
Not really.
All right. So let's just move on to the second segment here. Get this thing going. All right. Cool. Welcome back, my friend. Appreciate you coming back on the show to kind of show us exactly, one of the things that you do. Maybe people can, maybe learn from, right? Some of your strategies and trading. So I'm just going to let you screen share, just kind of run with it and kind of show us what you do. And maybe if you could, tell us why you do it.
All right. So I'm going to give you guys not my best tips because screw you. Figure it out yourself. But I'll give you some good tips and they should make your life better. So I'm going to do a live stream share of TradingView, and it's a new TradingView window. This is my streaming computer, and it just is its own standalone, so it doesn't have much cool stuff on it. So in this case, it doesn't even have a TradingView account. So let's go back to their, I hope that wasn't the only window. I think that was the only window.
See, we'll clean and edit, all these gaps out so that way
that
people on TradingView,
nice.
They won't have to sit through all this.
I'm opening the window back up because I got a stupid advertisement pop up from TradingView that is not what I wanted to see. So all right, there's the screen, guys. So what this is this is the Bitcoin Liquid Index, okay? The Bitcoin Liquid Index would have allowed you to know that the bottom was 3K. Here's how you could have known that, okay? We're going to go over to, let's make our time frame wider. Let's go monthly. Let's go weekly, actually. Now, I've never used this chart before, so we're not even going to look at the volume. Turn that off. We're going to turn on logarithmic because this just is very hard to trade when there's no resolution down here, right? So if we scroll back to the last bear market and we do a measured move, and we're going to click this little icon here. Nope, not that one. Where you at, buddy? I think it's this one. Yeah, so what I do is on my real trading view, I just take the ones I care about and star them so they appear here, right? So let's do a measured move here. This is going to measure the time and the price. Let's turn on our magnet so it hits these wicks where we want them. And let's chart wick to wick here. That's an 86% drop in 413 days, right? So now let's do that same magic from the other peak. Here we go. Now I published this a year ago on TradingView, but I charted Finex instead of BLX, and so my target was a little lower, unfortunately. Hey guys, look. In 2014, we did an 86% drop in 413 days and found the bottom. Okay, well let's go look over here. We did an 84% drop in 364 days. 86, 84, 413, 365. Oh my God, it's like a fractal. It's like history repeated itself. It's like the old peak let you predict the bottom. Yes, it did. So now you know how to use the measured move tool. You can look at time frames, you can look at percent drops, and you can look for similarities in the chart, right? So this last rip that we had, its general velocity was very similar to April of 2017. And if you look at what we did, we made a high, and then we made another high, and then we dumped, right? So what we did at 14K, we did 14K, and then we did a not as high, like 13.2, and then we dumped. But instead of getting a 39% dump, we got a 36% dump. So let's measure our dump here. And what we're doing is we're looking for fractals. We're seeing that the most intelligent chart you can look at to predict what Bitcoin is going to do is what Bitcoin has done. So this velocity and shape of this rise is very similar to this one. And this dumped 39%. On this one, we dumped 34%, right? So you can see the fractals. So it gives you an idea that something is more likely to happen because it has happened, right? And anything that everyone is looking at that's the same gives you more of a clue as to what is likely to happen. Now, if you look, there's a lot of dips in here, right? So let's delete this one. You can click it and just hit delete, and it goes away. Usually, go away. So let's look at these other dips we had, right? How big was this dip? Ooh, 30% in a week. 37% in a week, right? Okay, how big was this next dip? 30. I'm very far away from my screen, by the way.
I'm using YouTube actually, since you're not sharing your screen.
Yeah,
with me.
Sorry for the lag for you, man. So this was another, this was a 33% dip. This was a 40% dip. These two dips were literally only 2 months apart, 77 days.
What is this? Is this a pattern?
Well, yeah, we used to go up with huge rips, but with huge dips. We didn't have any dips on this last run up, right? So my play was conservative and strategic and intelligent. I will buy the dip. I will not FOMO. I will not be the wick. And the fucking thing goes up 4.5x with no dip over 25%, which is bullshit. It's a dip for ants. Look at the history of Bitcoin. We have 40% dips often, right? We were due one. Now we got a 34 or 36, depending on where you. So this number is a little bit higher here. If you chart other places, it's going to be a 36% dip. So I'm happy to buy it. The timer ran out. I don't think we're going to get lower. If we do get lower, I'll buy more, but I don't think we will. So long and strong, 10K. That's my opinion. So I've showed you how to do measured moves. I showed you how to do fractals. Now I'll show you some cool moving average stuff.
Cool.
So let's delete these things. I usually don't use the mouse. I usually use hotkeys, but I'm on a funky keyboard as well. Now I published this fractal of what the bull run would look like based on the last bull run, right? Like that happened right after the bear. It's on TradingView. If you go to Richard Hart on TradingView, you can see it. It's one of like 3 calls I've published.
Yeah, we'll make sure too, with TradingView that we get your handle up there so people can find you and start following you there as well.
It's just Richard Hart. So let's look at a cool moving average, right? So we're going to go to indicators. We're going to click MA. We're We're going to go to moving average, which just means simple moving average. We're going to click settings, and we're going to change that to 21. I think you guys will love this. Now, take a look at the 21-week MA and look at the beauty here. It acts as support from 2015. Let's call it January of 2016 all the way up to the 20K. So it's violated once in August of 2016. Acts as a good bottom, acts as a good bottom, acts as a good bottom, acts as a good bottom. And then once we do the bear market, acts as resistance, act as resistance, act as resistance. And then we broke over it and exploded, right? So this 21-week simple moving average in Bitcoin is extremely powerful. Now, what does this allow you to do? It allows you to know where a good buy is if it tends to do what it has tended to do, which it appears to be the case, right? Look at this pump, look at this pump. Same distance covered, vertically and horizontally, extremely similar, right? Why? It's the same asset. I don't know of any other asset that charts like this. So if you find one, send me a message. As far as I know, the thing that charts closest to Bitcoin is Bitcoin itself. So this 21-week moving average is a great way to know whether it's a good time to buy in a bull or sell in a bear. Now, here's the problem with it, right? Okay, you're over the 21 MA. So do you buy? Oh, no, I want to wait to buy the 21 MA. Okay, well, while you were waiting, the price went up 3x. So when you measure your move up and it shows 152%, the price actually went up 252%. It's just measuring your profit, which is weird because if you measure the other way, the math actually works out the same. So if you do a measured move to 20K down to 10K, it's going to show you 50%. Where's 10K? Here? Yeah, see, 50%. But if I do the measured move up from 10K to 20K, it's not going to be the same number. It's 100%, right? But the price doubled, which is a 2x. So you're getting 100% up, but really the price doubled, right? Yep. But when you go down, the price cut in half, and you got a 50%. So you got to be aware of this. So anytime you speak in profit terms, you can measure up with this move tool. But when you speak in multiplying your stack, you got to add a 1x to it. So, if the price goes from 3K to 15K, you 5x'd your, the price went up 5x, but your gains is 4x. True. Anyway, feel free to check the math with the calculator. It really matters. It's the difference between making and losing money. So you have to get it right. You can't be just close, right? So what are we looking at here? Everyone that was smart thought, okay, we're going to see resistance at this volume profile. Now, because this is not a paid trading account, it doesn't have volume profile built in, you can find a hacked one on the internet and just paste it into the PineScript thing. Volume profile is going to show you that we did a ton of trade volume at this level here where this horizontal is. You can hit Alt-H to pop a horizontal in there. You can see it's 6K, right? And you can see maybe the mid-range of all this volume is like 6,500. It was very reasonable to assume that we would have a rejection here. We also had a long-term trend line, which in general in Bitcoin, the trend lines are pretty fabulous. When you get these banana-shaped, hockey stick-shaped parabolas, they tend to be less reliable because, logarithmic trend line does good with logarithmic growth, but when you have super logarithmic growth, where it goes even faster than logarithmic, it can't keep up, right? So this trend line held amazingly well from 2015 to 2017. 2 years this trend line held. You would really expect to see some resistance here. This was a confluence of the long-term logarithmic trend line and the horizontal levels and the volume profile, and there were no dips, and the 200 MA was so far below when we crossed. Let me put the 5200 cross on here. Go to indicators, cross, MA cross, go to settings, and of course it doesn't let me change the lengths. So stupid. So I'll just do it manually. I'll just put a 50 and a 200. And we want to chart down the daily. Look at how we broke over that line. Now here's what's hilarious, right? Everybody, there's this theory that, oh, fuck, I can't believe I didn't buy this. It hurts my soul when you see all the confluence here. So we've got a horizontal level in the volume profile. Let me zoom out a bit here. So if you hold your right mouse button and like scroll out, you can like zoom using that. So let's look at the confluence here. We've got horizontal level right here. We had the CME futures gap right here. And we had the retest of the old logarithmic support line right here. And it wicked it. It wicked all of that and just immediately exploded up. This would have been the easiest goddamn buy, right? We're retesting what we should have thought would be resistance, but never was. Like, look at that confluence. Trend line confluence diagonally, horizontal confluence, volume profile support confluence, and CME futures gap all in the same spot. God damn, and it just wicked it and went right up. Oh, that's got to make you mad, right? So but you know, when that happened, you're like, all right, now we're going to do our dip. Let's do our 40% dip. Let's go. But that's not what happened, right? We dipped down to let's see here, 6,600 and went to 14. Fast, right? That's 1 month. It took less than a month to go from like, let's measure it. Let's use the tool, right? So you don't have to click the tool. You can just click shift. So if you go down to the bottom of this candle and hold shift and left click and then drag up to the peak, you can get a measurement. And then I'm going to move these windows here. Yeah, this clitoris mouse is not that easy to use. Go over there. Go over there. I'm pushing really hard. It's not moving. This is so busted. Oh, I think it's actually broken. That's not going to be good. No, it's actually broken. It came bolted from the inside of the keyboard. Oh, fuck me. Now when I push it to try and get it to move, it just moves inside the keyboard and doesn't execute the force. What a great time for my mouse to fail. Yeah, so this would have been a great spot to buy. What you want to do is you want to look for confluence, right? What do you care about? I care about percentage dips, trend lines, price action, order book thickness, news a little bit. I care about everything, right? And then the more of those things that line up, the better you can feel about your trade, which is why I'm happy to long 10K. I know a lot of guys that aren't happy to long 10K because their confluence and their brain says we're going to make a new low. Mind you, if you look, this is so broken now. I might actually have to get a new mouse. You guys want to see what I'm talking about? This is my mouse. And when I try and move it, it just moves the whole base of it inside the keyboard. Fuck. I'll just press harder. Yeah, so MAs are nice. Trend lines are nice. Price action, you got to be smarter to look at. Order book, you got to be smarter to look at. A long-short ratio, you got to be smarter to look at. Futures premiums, you got to be smarter to look at. CME gaps, you got to be smarter to look at. And you can't even get a good feed on CME futures without paying $90 a month to get a real-time feed. If you use the free feeds, they're all delayed by 10 minutes, including TradingView. So yeah, if you don't want to get direct trading, it's a bull market. You can all be bull market geniuses. Low leverage long and keep your hands off the leverage slider. And then you get to get rich. If you start ramping up your leverage slider, you start trying to hop in and out and sell tops and buy bottoms, you'll get chopped to fucking death. You'll get left behind. Yeah, you'll give more fees to Richard Hart that win. But you know what? You don't need to give more fees, right? Just go get rich and then buy HEX with it, and I would be happy.
You heard it there, man. So it looks like all those weights are paying off. You got so much finger strength. You just freaking put a hole through your keyboard and your mouse, and you killed it.
I don't know what's up with that, dude. I have to. That's the thing about custom built keyboards is now I have to take it apart and fix it.
Awesome, man. Well, I think we got enough information in there for the session, so we'll make sure we clean it up and kind of chop up a little this and a little that, make it better.
All right.
And then we'll use that for segment 2. So for people that's still trying to figure out what's going on here, this is a pre-recorded session that we do on TradingView, and so right now we're actually doing it live on Richard's channel. So forgive the format and for some of the wonkiness.
I have to trade out my mouse.
Yeah, go ahead.
God, this sucks. Maybe I can survive without it. If I can just Alt-Tab to this one window in TradingView to turn off the The stupid trading view window that's over my screen.
Yeah,
If I
kill
just push
that.
this hard enough.
Yeah, the third session here.
Oh, come on.
The third session here, we're basically just going to talk about your predictions and why. So what you
All
think,
right.
crypto is going to be, over the course of the next year, 5 years, all that kind of cool stuff.
All right. I'm playing a mini game here where I have to. I did it. Woo! I won the mini game, guys. Hey, it's me. I'm back. Hello, everyone.
Look at all those skills. Awesome. Well, let me know when you're ready, and we'll
ready.
start in 3. All right.
Ready when you are.
Welcome back, my friend. Appreciate you taking time for us. So in this session here, what we want to do is just kind of pick your brain a little bit, kind of see what your predictions for the market's going to be, Bitcoin, crypto in general, all that kind of stuff over maybe, the next couple of months, a year, maybe 5 years, if you're feeling to get into that far. So
it's time for new all-time highs. It's time for new all-time highs. We did our bear dump. We did our 85% drop. We pumped hard as hell and left every speculator behind because I guess a bunch of OTC guys bought spot. Congrats. Good luck, guys. I'm glad you got rich.
You say all-time highs, man. How soon? Are you thinking like in the next few months? Are you thinking this year?
We could hit new all-time highs before 2019 is over.
Nice.
It's definitely doable. I think 60 to 100K is a conservative target. Triple the old previous high I'm comfortable with. 100K, nice round number I'm comfortable with. That's like a 3x to a 5x range.
All this year?
No, I would calculate max 20K end of the year.
Okay.
But we could beat that. I mean, look, we did 5x in 5 months. And there's a new class of buyer here that we've never had before. And they have infinitely more money than the gold bugs that were here previously. So
yeah, I mean,
and
last time we had an all-time high, I mean, it took less than 2 weeks, right, to shoot up to like 20K. So
right, and we have no search volume yet, but we'll get it. And we have no good news yet, but we'll get it. And like, there's so much bullish stuff here and if Libra launches, that's bullish after it launches. Maybe press before, but we kind of already got all that press. Yeah, I think 20K by the end of the year is extremely reasonable target. And I mean, we did a 5x in 5 months. End of the year is in 4 months. I'm asking for a 2x in 4 months, and we're already halfway to 11K. So,
and the reason for this is like what the halvening, physically backed Bitcoin. You think like backed Fidelity, all those kinds of people.
Seller exhaustion. Yeah, all that stuff's nice, but it doesn't matter that much. Everyone that wanted to sell sold. That's why we didn't even have a capitulation bottom. We had a grind bottom. So many people want in that we couldn't even get a damn wick. We couldn't even get a wick. We still haven't had a damn wick. We had one wick, which is the one I just showed you at 6K retest of all those different CME, gap, and long-term trend line, both bottom and top of it, and horizontal at 6.5 and volume profile. That was the only wick we've had. We haven't had any other wicks. They've been rather grindy. So, so much money wants into this space. And if we're doing all-time highs in equities, we're doing helicopter money now with lower interest rates. We're doing all-time highs in everything. And even shitty gold's going up. Gold's down 26% for 10 years. 26 to 40%. 26 to 40% for 10 years. And it's even up 6-7% in the last month or month, I think. So if shitty gold can go up with its multi-trillion-dollar market cap, imagine how high Bitcoin could go with a much smaller part of that energy, right? So we could do absolutely insane things. I think that everyone that wanted to sold. The sellers are exhausted. And if you look at the order books, they're thin up there, man. There is just not that many coins for sale. So the bid support is still usually on the largest liquidity exchange about 120 million, larger to go down about $1,500. So it's like 120 million. So it'll be like 280 million on the bid and like 160 on the ask. Usually it's about the order book thickness currently. So it's a ton of bids, a ton of people want in, sellers are exhausted. We don't need better news. We don't need technical progress. We just need something that keeps going up in price, and we have that. So, sweet.
Yeah, that's and there's not enough Bitcoin for everybody. That's what people don't understand. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. Probably 5 or 6 million are gone forever. I realize people can hold Satoshis.
There's only 18 million now.
They're scarce, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, awesome. What do you think altcoins in general? So, obviously, you think you're bullish on Bitcoin. That's going to go up, you think? What about altcoins? You think rising tides raise all ships? Do you think, bunch of them are going to be gone?
My thesis on altcoins is that people want to get rich. They saw their friends get rich in Bitcoin. They figured they missed the boat. They want to buy the next Bitcoin to try and catch up. Now, because so many people missed the bottom and large OTC buyers didn't, the retail guys aren't searching for it as much. The FOMO isn't there because retail didn't get rich on it yet. As we make a new all-time high at 20K, the FOMO will kick back in because everyone that ever bought will be up in money. And we will have people then want to rotate into things that might be able to outperform like alts. And I think the alts that'll do well are new alts that don't have a ton of bag holders from higher, because most of these alts are down 95%. Let's call it 90%, right? An alt that's down 90% has got a whole ton of resistance of people that are willing to get out at break even because they're tired of sitting through the pain of being a bag holder underwater. A new coin that has pure price discovery doesn't have those problems. So I think that we will have an alt season once the noobs get back into the market, once they get greedy of their friends' gains in Bitcoin, and we'll see a resurgence in the scams and the sucky, stupid, retarded things that everyone pumps to the moon and then dumps to death because there was no reason for them to ever exist in the first place. I do think that will happen again.
Gotcha. So you're thinking that that's probably going to start once Bitcoin hits the 20K mark again. You think it's going to start?
You can chart it, and it seems that alt markets tend to happen a year after the halvening. So maybe a year after the halvening. Yeah, late 2020, 2021, something like that. But look, I have an altcoin coming out, and I think it's better than Bitcoin. So it's designed to be, right? I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. I know what is awesome about Bitcoin, and I just did a lot of those things better in this other thing. If that does really well, which I think it will, that could kick alt season off sooner because people would get jealous of those mad gains, right? So the more people get rich on a thing, the more other people want to get rich on that thing, right? So if someone got rich buying an IEO that just launched on an exchange, okay, everyone wants to do that now. But even that died, right? So there was an IEO that like 10x'd in like a week or two, and then it dumped and died, right? So you kind of need those gains to be more sustainable if you want to keep the noobs coming, right? So preferably, I would prefer there be only good projects, but you can't advise people not to buy them. If you tell someone not to buy something, they weren't going to buy it anyway, the people that listen to you. And then the people that were at risk to buy it don't believe you, and then they just discovered it through you, and then they fall for the damn scam anyway. So when I talk against scams, I don't name them specifically because I don't want to send them more traffic to get more people scammed. I speak to them in general terms so that if you already knew about the scam, you know what I'm talking about. But if you didn't know about it yet, you're not going to find out about it from me. So in my experience, the only way to actually prevent people from getting scammed out of their money is to create better products that have a margin that allows you to get in front of their eyeballs instead of a scam. So you can't stop them from being scammed, but you can get them to run out of money investing in something that's not a scam. And then they don't have money left over to be scammed with, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, it's like so many things in life, right? There's good and bad. And people, after they get burned enough times, they'll stay away from it. It's kind of like just the old mentality of people. Once, the stove's hot, right? They get burned, they won't do it again. Sometimes They have to learn the hard way. It sucks, but there are good projects out there. There are good people out there, and hopefully they find those and not the hot stove, right? So, awesome. And then what do you think as far as your long-term predictions? You've been right a lot. So what do you think Bitcoin's price is going to be in a year, maybe 2 years and 5 years? I know this is a long way out.
I think the magic of threes, I'm big on it. My currency has 3.69 inflation. Nikola Tesla said if you knew the power of 369, you'd understand the magic of the world. A lot of other interesting stuff. Tripod, minimum number of legs you can have is 3. Hendryisms. I could give you a long list of how awesome threes are. I think that a 3x from 20K to 60K is a reasonable price target. I do not think that we would run the highs without doing a 3x after it. I don't think so. Look at what we've done in the past. We could also do a 10x, right? So 60K is on there, 200K is on there. When I release YouTube vids, I just up the 10K. I have a new clickbait thing I'm trying because it's going to do all these prices at some point. So I'm like, 100K Bitcoin, 110, 120. And every new video I do, I'm just going to up it by 10. And as I do more videos, eventually it'll be like $2 trillion Bitcoin, But
that's funny. I love it, man. Well, that's awesome, man. I really appreciate you, kind of sharing your thoughts on predictions.
Pleasure.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. If you're right, in the coming year or 2 years, 3 years, whatever it's going to be. And so, Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your thoughts with the audience here. Look forward to all the future stuff you're going to be doing. We'll make sure to post all the links for you. That way, people can find you, man.
Should I shill all my channels?
I'll do that for you, man. It'll actually
All right.
be right here in the video below.
Well,
So,
you can cut this. I mean, I should shill it for my audience, I guess, because we're not going to see your
I
edits.
figure what we do after we wrap this up for Trading View is we would actually just chat a little bit, take some audience questions if you want, kind of get the wonky format of this out of the way. So,
all right.
If you want to show your links, you can do that at the end if you want. But I'll just wrap this up.
All right.
Cool. So thanks again for coming on, brother. Appreciate
Pleasure,
you.
bro.
Okay, on the next one. Awesome. Cool. Let me change the background here. We'll have some fun editing.
Now remember, we are still live on my side.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So, all right. Cool. So if we want, man, we can take some audience questions for people if they have anything. If not, just be kind of cool just to.
My mouse doesn't work, so if you want to look at the audience questions, that would be great. My mouse is literally hanging out of my keyboard now. It's not actually attached inside the keyboard anymore. So
it's that finger strength, man. I'm telling you. I love you, peeps. Awesome. What is up, Jay? Cool. Looks like, does anybody have any questions, man, while we're here? Otherwise, so, all right. Wait for the chat to populate a little bit. So, awesome. Well, people want, man, I'm always, giving away, free swag as well. So, if you want, pick like maybe 3 or 4 people. I'll send them some Monarch hats and shirts. It's always fun to do that on the channel. And I always give away.
I don't know how you get people's addresses in crypto. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, what they do is they just email me at cryptobeadles@gmail.com. I send them a hat, send them a shirt,
right.
And I just mail it wherever that they tell me in the email. But yeah, and then I also give away $100 on every one of our videos, so that way people can get into crypto and they can start exploring it and figure out how everything works on my dime, not theirs. And so.
Well, you're a nice guy. I don't give away any free money. Fuck you guys. Go get your own money. Matter of fact, send me money. Why would I send you money? I'm giving you free everything. Free chat, free predictions, free content, free everything, free tokens. Give me something.
Yeah, God's been good to me, man. So I like to give back. And it's always great to get people into crypto. Obviously, I can't, give away, $100 to 3 billion people to bring them all in. Hopefully, Libra will help out a little bit.
Hey, you could if the dollar gets low enough.
True. Yeah, true. Start paying in pesos, right? Somebody asked me here what I thought about Singularity. Have you seen Ben Gertzel with Singularity Net? He was on Joe Rogan. He spoke at TEDx. What do you think about all the life extension? What do you think about I guess all the AI and AGI he was talking about? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Life extension is amazing, and everything he's doing is stupid, and they're not related. Okay, so his token is based on monetizing data exchange between AI networks. It will never have adoption. No one will ever use it. No one cares. People, if people have their own data, that is the only thing that gives them a chance of beating other AI developers, is their data set. So like if you have the driving data for Tesla, then Tesla company gets to build an amazingly better driving car than you because they have better data than you. So they're better, so if you both had the same level of strength in your model and your machine learning, then whoever has the better data wins, right? They're not going to give away their competitive advantage as a manufacturer to license it to some noob so the noob can beat them at their core competence, right? Like, it's not happening. So many times we see a very good idea polluted by duct taping blockchain to it. So Ben Gertzel duct taped blockchain to machine learning, but it doesn't fit there at all, doesn't help, totally sucks, right? Artificial general, so what we need is to fix the meat. We need to fix the humans. If the humans were alive for longer, we could fix even more stuff. We need more smart humans alive and productive for longer. If Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell and Einstein were still kicking ass today because they didn't just rot and fall apart because we're no good at fixing meat, then we would probably have a lot less problems in the world. But because the smartest, most effective, most intelligent of us rots and falls apart and becomes stupider once we pass a certain age, it's horrible for the world, right? Those few amazing, bright lights that make paradigm shifts and invent new industries, those people are the heroes of the world. And to get more of those, we need more humans in general. The Jewish people seem to be really great at that stuff, truthfully. I wish Hitler hadn't have killed so many of them because they're the most productive inventors in the world. Like if you watch a comedy show, the script was written by a Jewish guy, The actor's a Jewish guy. The funding for the production's a Jewish guy. And if you look at inventions or Nobel Prizes, they're like 1% or less of the world, and they're like 20 or 50% of all the inventions, right? So
God's chosen people, right? There you go.
bro, like, I mean, statistics wise, percentage wise, they just ultra super duper outperform, and they delay gratification and save money and invest and aren't, wasteful. Now, mind you, listen, the Jews that you meet in America are very dissimilar to the Jews that you'll meet in Israel. They're almost not the same people. So unless you're pretty smart, you might not want to extend my arguments very far, because there is nuance here that takes a little bit more depth to understand. So my position is, I support meritocracy. I support effectiveness. I support pragmatism. And we need more people healing humans. And we need more technological progress. And if we can have more humans and increase the carrying load of the planet, then we can have more progress faster, right? Because we will be struck by a meteor and all of us will die. That is going to happen factually. The sun will expand and consume the earth. That will happen factually. We can either be ready for that and spread to other planets and increase life expectancy and increase intelligence, or we can just fucking go extinct. Those are our only options, okay? And so like one of the positions I take with like conservationism is, I like clean air and I like conservationism. But you know what I like even better? Not dying of cancer and heart disease, because that shit's actually going to kill me. 80% likelihood. Looking at my fat ass, probably 90%, right? So those things are really going to come kill us. Asteroid strike, not as likely, because they happen so rarely. So I'm like 90% to die in the next 100 years from stuff that just sucks that we already know about. I would rather cure that stuff that's guaranteed coming from me than all these other existential risks that are very low likelihood, right? So
back to Ben a little bit. What do you think about with the AI? What do you think about uploading your consciousness into
doesn't
it?
work.
Basically extend your life.
Doesn't work. It's impossible. Here's the reason why. In a computer, the data is electrons or other data storage that lives on a substrate, and then you can move them to other substrates. In humans, your consciousness is the actual meat. It's not something that lives on the meat. So for you to brain upload yourself, you would literally have to physically create a identical molecular level brain, which is a matter problem, not a data problem. So if you go on my Reddit, so if you go to Richard Hart on Reddit, you can search for one of my posts to transhumanism, our transhumanism, called Mind Uploading Won't Work. The memory is the meat. And there's people that have done far more research into the brain, people at the forefront of brain research in trying to create new artificial brains, that will explain to you straight up why mind uploading will never work. Furthermore, if you could upload your mind electronically, how bad would you feel when 4chan hacked your ass and they hacked your soul? So when 4chan hacks your soul after you upload it, probably not going to feel so great about that, right? And then what temperature is it in that computer you live in? And can I create other copies of other people to hang out with me if the real copy doesn't want to stay? It's like all the stuff that applies to like heaven's a Soleil idea. Sorry, I know you love the religion stuff. It's like, if I can get anything I want in heaven,
he'll be then there can I, when you're ready for him.
Can I I want to be around that guy, but he doesn't want to be around me. So which one of us gets what we want? And what temperature is it, right? There's just these things that you were like, oh, well, I guess I do actually need an answer from that. And like, do pets go to heaven? And why not, right? So like, my point is, we need to work on the shit that's really coming for us. What's really coming for you is boring. It's heart disease and cancer. If you cure cancer, you live 3 years longer. If you cure heart disease, you live 3 years longer. Yes, 3 years. Why? Because if you cured them, you just die of the next thing, because they're both side effects of a decaying system. So if you cure heart disease and cancer
with your threes,
it's crazy, right? It's crazy. I don't know why. Maybe it's my memory bias. So I don't want people to waste money on shit that is stupid and doesn't have product market fit and doesn't have users and never will have users, and basically just buys the founder a yacht. Okay, I hate that. It's disgusting. There is actual productive technology that you could make. Artificial learning, artificial intelligence, particularly machine learning, is amazing. It gives us self-driving cars. It gives us a ton of really cool things. The ability to predict the future is very, very useful. You can do that now for free without a token. Google invented TensorFlow, Keras, There's a lot of open source, awesome things that you can do to do machine learning right now. Like that Turn You Old app that like takes your face and makes you old.
Yep.
That's machine learning, right? The app that makes people look nude and creates fake genitals to put on them. That's machine learning. When Netflix tells you what movie you might like, that's machine learning. When your Tesla drives to you, when you ask it to come to you, that's machine learning. It's awesome. It's here now. And you don't need a fucking token for it.
Yeah, a lot of great points there, man. So you.
No, by the way, I think Ben Gertzel's smart, right? And I think AI and longevity tend to kind of like have the same smart people in them, but it's very important to explain that fixing meat works now, and if you fix the meat, we can fix everything better later since we're still here. If you don't fix the meat, you ain't ever going to be able to upload your mind. This shit is never happening. Forget about it. You will die of cancer and heart disease. You will be dead as fuck because you're futurists and transhumanists have their heads shoved up their asses, dreaming of a future they will never get to participate in as their bodies rot and fall apart. So fix the meat, and then you can fix everything else.
You hear that, peeps? That's going to be like a new hashtag. Fix the meat. You should make
Please.
some shirts.
Because I can't diet for shit, so I need pills, okay? I need pills because the dieting's not happening.
What else we got here in the chat, man? Anybody got any questions for us here? I got to bring on Jakey, my boy, Jake at I Love Crypto. He's one of a great trader as well over there in TradingView. I got him coming on in about 15 minutes, and then I got who else do I got? Jason Appleton, Crypto Crow. I figured I'd bring 3 different people onto the show that are in the crypto space to kind of help bring a different audience to them as well over there in TradingView. So it was really cool that we did this. Let's see here.
I can't wait till HEX comes out so I can tell everyone to stop trading. Until HEX is out, okay, fine. Along the bull market, we all get to be bull geniuses. But once HEX is out, you don't have to try and trade and get your ass wrecked all the time. You can just sit there and get paid to stake and make insane mad gains. Like, life will be so much easier.
Yeah, that definitely takes some of the complexity out of it. If you get something that just pumps and pays you, then I guess you don't have to.
Well, let's be serious.
Let's just hold it.
Do you think some people get wrecked trading?
Of course, I
Yeah.
think 90-something%,
Right.
probably 90-95%.
Right. And how many people got wrecked holding Bitcoin?
Well, I mean, I guess
Almost no one. Almost no one. Only 3 months of people, maybe 4 months of people, has ever had the opportunity to buy higher than here. So out of the 10 years it's existed, there's just 3 or 4 months of people that could have possibly lost money holding. And those fuckers were only down for like 1 year, and then it's back to bull market. Like the bear market lasted 364 days. I love crypto. I love the crypto chart.
Yep, I'm right there with you, man. Right there with you. Cool. Well, if you want, man, I want to show your links real quick, and I'll give away some hats and shirts. And if you want, pick somebody there, and I'll send them $100 of Bitcoin Cash. So I know you love that.
God, just send them cancer. Why don't you? Just kidding. Be cash, guys. You're not that bad. Well, not anymore. You used to be that bad. I guess since you guys dumped your bags or whatever, I don't have to hear as much crap from you guys anymore. Nothing like going from 50% of Bitcoin's value to 2% to really shut some guys up, Real Bitcoin, real Bitcoin, real Bitcoin. We're the real oh, shit, we ain't worth nothing. Okay, never mind then. I take it all back. I'm just going to lurch away into nothingness. So I'll show some stuff. I wrote a book. I wrote 2 books. They're in outline form. If you're smart, you don't need all the narrative glue. You can just do what's there. Here's a good idea. Do it. Go to t.me/scivive. That's SCIVIVE, like survive through science. Tells you how to do everything. How to get laid, how to get strong, how to get rich, how to be a good friend, how to give a good apology, everything. It's all there, right? I hope that if I can make you rich and happy and healthy and fulfilled, that you'll want to join me on the journey to technology that helps us live longer, because it's all that's left. If you're living life at peak level, what's left? More of the same, right? Burgers aren't going to get that much better. Perfume's not going to get much better. Orgasm's not going to get that much better. But you could do it for longer, right? Go to t.me/Strape charts if you're a trader. Go to t.me/Richard's calls if you want my free price predictions, which I think are awesome. Go to t.me/Strape for general crypto chat. t.me/Hex crypto for the best token I've ever seen, because I built it to be so. Check out my mug. Look how cool that logo is. Go to sens.org, sens.org if you want to donate to charity. They accept crypto. What else? If you want to trade, go to the new richardhart.win. Get off of MEX. This place is better. You also get a discount. Your old discount expired in 6 months anyway. So this discount is new. You want 10% off. You want less scam wicks liquidating you. You want a better liquidation engine. You want actual options. Like those things exist there. None of those things exist on MEX. What else? Free book, free chat, free tokens, hex.win. Free everything here, guys. Like, you're lucky.
You're giving a lot to the people, my friend.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So I was waiting for the chat to populate there, man, so that way I could give away some hats and shirts. Let's see, I got URTD2R. I'd wear it proudly, brother. All right. So I'm going to pick a couple, 3 winners here real quick and send them hats and shirts. And then for anybody that wants $100 of Bitcoin cash to get them into
Are you really giving away Bitcoin cash?
I do, man. It's faster. It's cheaper,
Oh,
man.
my God. I can think of things that are faster, but
for sure. I mean, there's stuff stellar, and yeah, I mean, there's there's things that are a little quicker. But
bro, hold on a second. Didn't it in theory you're really giving away a lot more than $100 of Bitcoin Cash because when you bought it, maybe it was $500 worth?
In theory, I mean, if that was the case,
I don't know where you bought it. I'm just fucking with you, man.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I hold a lot of Bitcoin, and so I got a lot of free Bitcoin Cash. But,
True that.
Yeah.
Don't you wish you sold it when it was worth half of a Bitcoin? I wrote a guide on how to sell it with a virtual machine to protect your private keys when it was 16 cents, 0.16 or 0.26, 0.22. You'd have to look it up. And now it's what, 0.04, 0.05?
Yeah, but I mean, the same thing could be said with Bitcoin, right? Don't you wish you sold it, in January of 18? And then
well, no, I can't. No, but because you got both. You got the fiat loss from the Bitcoin pair, and then you got the ass kicking from the Bitcoin BCH pair too. So you got double. You got your ass kicking squared. Actually, they multiply by each other, right? So if Bitcoin gets its ass kicked on the fiat pair, and whatever you have is now worth less in Bitcoin terms, you got your ass kicked squared. Not squared, but compounded, multiplied.
I got you. Yeah. I think hindsight's 2020. So
hey, why did Roger Ver resign from CEO of Bitcoin.com?
So he could actually work on some other things. Basically, he just from the day-to-day stuff that he was doing there, it's time.
What's he working on?
He's got a lot of stuff he's working on. You saw.
I wouldn't mind him hitting a home run with his starting a new country thing. That'd be nice. Yeah. I support him in that.
Yeah, you saw that he's got his new exchange going. So there's a lot of things that he's working on. Kind of off the radar, and so doing Bitcoin.com every single day gets
Oh, you think he'll ever come back around to promoting real Bitcoin?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on your thoughts on real Bitcoin.
You must have such a big bag, man. Oh my God. I hope he hooked you up fat, dude.
No, like 80% of my holdings is Bitcoin. So I love me Bitcoin, but as far as presenting it for peer-to-peer electronic cash, man, Bitcoin Cash is obviously a better method. There's other cryptos that work even better than that. Like there's Stellar and things like that I really enjoy and I like, even GoChain, stuff like that.
I can't wait till we have more adoption so people actually care about using it, right? But
exactly.
But I mean,
right now it's all speculation. It's all people holding. Nobody's using it for anything. It's stupid.
If you had to trade, right, what would you prefer? New all-time highs or double the users? I'd take new all-time highs. Would you rather? So mind you, here's your choice. Do you want new all-time highs or do you want double the users with the same price? I'm taking new all-time highs.
With new all-time highs, you're gonna get the new users because everybody's gonna come in just like they did last time.
Yeah. Like I like mad gains.
People are here right now.
I think it's enough.
Nobody's really in it for the tech. They say they are. I mean, that's why with Monarch, I drop new stuff every single freaking week. But again, people, all they care about are token prices. So I think that there's some real value in electronic peer-to-peer cash. I think that is the killer app. I think that is what crypto's all about.
I agree with that.
People trying to come up with all these different reasons for blockchain.
I think it's a much lower value because your value is basically PayPal at that point, right? Because PayPal does that really, really well now. Yeah,
but PayPal also can lock up your funds. You can't use it in certain countries.
Oh, I know PayPalSucks.com and they got a shitload of problems, but they are a more effective peer-to-peer cash currently.
You don't have to pay all these conversion fees. So say, for instance, I wanted to go from the Bahamian dollar to the dollar, right? Or if I wanted to go from yen to the dollar, I got to pay all these stupid freaking fees just to convert from dollar to yen. And then I got to pay.
Have you seen 2%. What the Bitcoin to dollar fees look like? They're worse, a lot worse.
Send me exactly. Send me Bitcoin Cash, right? And it's like less than a penny. So that's all I'm saying for peer-to-peer cash.
Yeah.
I always tell people, they're like, hey man, why are you hating on Bitcoin? I'm like, I'm not hating on Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. 80% of my holdings is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But send me a freaking dollar of it and I'll show you why I'm not using it.
Yeah.
Because you send me a dollar of it, it's gonna cost you $4 or $5.
Yeah, wait till the fees go up again.
50,
when we hit new all-time highs, you're gonna see some fucking fees.
Yeah, let's just not kid ourselves. I mean, everybody's holding on to it because they want it to go up. Nobody's using it. It's that simple. People just want the gains. They're not using it.
5% of people are using it. Like the dark net really does use this shit. If you bounce around the dark net, you're going to see a lot of people wanting your Bitcoin and not wanting anything else.
95% of them are just holding it. That tells you that they're expecting it to go up in value. It's basically a store of wealth. It's basically digital gold. So
I'm happy with it.
Beyond that,
it's better than normal gold. Try and spend normal gold sometime.
Yeah, you can
just worse. You can spend normal Bitcoin easier than you can spend normal gold.
Of course, and one of the things that has finally happened, or I guess what's happened is you can actually take the money with you when you die. Because if you have the 12-word seed in your head, you take your money with you, baby.
That's good estate planning right there.
Exactly.
It is nice because your family wants you to stay alive longer. Because if there's no cash out when you die, like if you're rich, your family kind of actually is like, how much would I get if he died? So if you don't want people to have that, like, maybe him dying is not that bad. It's good to not leave people shit.
Awesome. Let me pick, let's see here. What do we got here? I got so much hate for that. That's awesome.
Which thing were they hating? Which thing?
Oh, the Bitcoin Cash. That's funny.
Yeah. Whatever.
Do you guys, who wants
if they had bags of it, they'd care.
Yeah. Do you guys want $100 of Bitcoin Cash? If you do, throw out your public Bitcoin Cash address and I'll pick somebody and just send you $100 of Bitcoin Cash right now.
It is
also,
pretty nice.
Whoever wants a shirt or a hat, let me know and I will send you guys a shirt and a hat. So,
all you guys out there that don't have shirts, your logo's nice. I like your logo. You have great production value. He's got his own sticker pack on Telegram. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the community actually made it for me. So
that's great, dude.
Yeah, they're great people, man. But anyways, all right. Well, it doesn't look like
it's good talking to you.
Their hats. Yeah, likewise, man. I got to jump on with Jakey at I Love Crypto here in just a few minutes. So
I'm literally trying to pry my mouse over to the stop stream button. I did it. Okay, I can press it now. So is that it? Did you tell everyone where to reach you? I mean, I linked in my stream. I linked to your YouTube channel and your Twitter. You got anything else you want to send them to?
Easy to find, man. Yeah, I'm super easy to find. Just Crypto Beadles. You guys can find me there on Telegram. You can find me on YouTube.
Now, what's confusing about that is that there's another Crypto Beadles on Twitter that's not you. So your actual name on Twitter is Robert Beadles.
Ours. Yeah, that is ours, but we don't use it. We just basically held it so that way people you can't basically scam people. So, but yeah, it's Robert Beadles on Twitter. So if you want to find me on Twitter, it's just Robert Beadles. We have a TV show called Crypto Beadles in 46 million households. We're the face of TradingView Sessions, which we just recorded. Here you can find us on TradingView. We have our YouTube channel, just Crypto Beadles. So super easy to find. And then so UR2D2R. Send me an email at cryptobeadles@gmail.com. I'll get you a shirt and or a hat, whatever you want. So it's funny. I don't know if it's the top chat or live chat or whatever, but I can't see anybody's public Bitcoin Cash address. This is the first time people actually pass on $100.
Huh. That's weird. I mean, I filter out some words from people that just shill too hard. I don't think that word's filtered out, so I don't think I guess people just aren't posting their addresses because there's no way to filter out just random text, right? Which is all Bitcoin address looks like, is like a random text. This is really good talking to you, man. I enjoy these shows. I've never actually done a live stream showing anyone how to do anything on TradingView ever before. So you're the reason that happened.
Well,
I think people got a lot of value out of it.
I've never actually done a live stream on an edited TV show. So that, the audience probably thought it was pretty wonky and weird. But once it gets all cleaned up and they see it up there on TradingView, they'll understand why we did it the way we did it. Respect,
man. Awesome. All right. It was good talking to you. I guess we're done.
Likewise, bro. Cool.
Talk to you soon, man.
Have a great one. All right. God bless. Love you, peeps.